In this segment, we're going to cover how you search for documents and other information in the intranet. Search is one of the most powerful features in the intranet, making it much easier to find the information you're looking for, especially when compared to searching for documents in shared folders. But first, let's talk about where you can find search, and then we'll cover how to use it. Here we are on the home page of the LSG Cookies intranet, and over here in the upper right-hand corner of the home page is a search box. Before we use it, I want to point out that a search box that looks just like this is located on almost every page in the intranet. Let's visit the accounting site. We can see that on the home page of the accounting site, we have the search box in the upper right-hand corner of the page. If we then visit the operations site, we find again that there is a search box in the upper right-hand corner of the page. But more than that, if we visit the calendar in the operations site, this page also has a search box in the upper right-hand corner. So access to search is conveniently located on almost every page of the intranet. The reason that I point that out is because this would lead most people to believe that any one of these search boxes are going to search the entire intranet. But that's not true. In the default configuration of SharePoint, which is what we're using here, the operation of the search box is to search all of the content in the current site and the sites below it. But that means if we use the search box in the accounting site, it's only going to search the content, libraries, lists, announcements, and so forth, located in the accounting site. If we want to search the entire intranet, that only automatically happens from the top site of the intranet. Depending on how search is configured for your particular intranet, you may find that if you click on the little black triangle in the search box itself, that you may be offered the opportunity to search the entire environment, or everything, from any search box on any page. These drop-down choices are essentially scopes or filters. What you see here are some common examples. Other common scope implementations would be a specific filter for videos or other categories of content. The main point that I want to make here is that if you just use the search box by typing into it and hitting the magnifying glass, you will only be searching the current site. This is really handy if you want to find a financial document and you use the search box in the accounting site. But it's important to understand that you're not automatically going to search the entire intranet unless you're on the home page or on some page in the top site. Let's go back to the top site of the intranet. Now let's use search. Let's say that we work in the accounting department and we've been asked to build a new cash flow worksheet based on an Excel template someone by the name of Bob Adler created a few years ago. Let's just search using the words cash flow. And here's our results. SharePoint Search has searched the entire LSG intranet and is showing us the following returned listings. The good news is that all of these links have something to do with cash flow in the world of LSG cookies. The bad news is that there's an awful lot of listings here. One of the things that makes SharePoint Search so handy is this list of limiters over on the left-hand side of the screen. Here, I could just look at the authors and limit all of the returned links to items where Bob Adler was the author just by clicking on his name. Now our list has been reduced to those items where Bob Adler was the author. Unfortunately, it's still a lot of links to look through. To filter this list even further, we're just going to click on Excel as a document type. Now we have limited our returned links to just Excel spreadsheets where the author was Bob Adler. And here's our cash flow worksheet from a few years ago. And now we could open this document and use it just by clicking on it. Let's go back to the home page by clicking on the LSG Cookies link in the primary navigation. To summarize, search boxes are available to you everywhere, but you need to remember that by default they only search the current site and what's immediately below it. The other key point here is that the limiters provided to you in the left-hand side of the screen can save you an enormous amount of time helping you find exactly the information you're looking for. And that's all there is to getting started with search in your SharePoint 2013 intranet.